I'd now like to introduce Adrian Bethune, who's a teacher at a primary school, and I'll let him explain what he's done as a result of these ideas.
Hi, I'd just like to start by saying what a huge honour it is to speak at an event like today's about my experience of attending the Exploring What Matters course and sharing the stage with Lord Richard Layard and His Holiness the Dalai Lama, two people who have truly made the world a happier place. So, 6 years ago I retrained to become a primary school teacher with the intention of improving the lives of young people. However, when I started my training, I quickly found that actually the focus of education in this country was relentlessly on academic attainment, children making certain levels of progress every year, and I had to jump through so many hoops, I lost sight of my original intention, and I became quite disillusioned with teaching. And then two things happened that started to change that. First, I read a fantastic book by Ian Morris called Teaching Happiness and Wellbeing. Secondly, I attended the launch event of Action for Happiness back in 2011. And those two things really helped me reconnect back with my original goal of wanting to improve the lives of young people. So I started making small changes in my classroom. I began a daily meditation practice with my class, having done a mindfulness course myself. I taught many neuroscience lessons to my class. I taught them how their brains work, how they learn, and tried to foster a growth mindset in them. And I rebranded Anti-Bullying Week in my school, which I'd felt always had a negative message, and I rebranded it to It's Called to Be Kind Week, where the children were encouraged to go out into the local community and carry out random acts of kindness. And then fast forward a few years, and then I attend the Exploring What Matters course, and that had a really big impact, not only on my own personal levels of happiness and well-being, but on my teaching practice. And there were definitely times, I'll be honest, when after a busy day at school, sometimes a hectic day, to go to the course in the evening and talk about happiness and what really matters was the last thing that I wanted to do. I'd rather go home and just crash out on the sofa. But without fail, every week I'd come away from the course re-energized and inspired for the week ahead. And the beauty of the course for me was its simplicity. Not only do you find out the latest research and evidence, the science of happiness, but each week you had to commit to one action to carry out the following week, to either improve your own happiness or the happiness of people around you. So I thought my classroom would be the perfect place to try out some of these ideas. And I'd like to share a couple of examples of the things I did. One of the things I introduced into my classroom was called What Went Well. And this is where on a Friday, at the end of a busy week, I'd get my class to stop, we'd think back over the week we've just had, and we'd think of 3 good things that went well for us. We'd write these down, and then the whole class would share these, and we'd celebrate the positive week we've had in school. And not only did this create a lovely atmosphere in class, ending the week on a high so that we're ready to come back on Monday, but it really showed me what was important to the children that I taught. It taught me what made my children happy. And the other thing that I did off the back of the course was I wanted to have the most impactful It's Called to Be Kind week in our school ever. I wanted the children in my school to spread as much kindness and happiness as they could possibly do. And I challenged each class to carry out a class act of kindness in the local community. And all the classes came up with really unique, interesting ideas. And 2 of our Year 5 classes were learning the song Don't Stop Believing in their music lessons. And they thought it'd be a great idea to go to Brockley Station at 9 a.m. in the morning and greet commuters with renditions of Don't Stop Believing. And these normally miserable commuters were smiling, laughing, clapping. But actually one lady was actually brought to tears by the singing, and not because it was out of tune, but because actually, unfortunately, her son was at a different school and he was being bullied at that school. And she said, just seeing our children, 60 children from all different backgrounds, singing, having fun, spreading kindness, it really lifted her spirits and gave her hope that actually her son was going to be okay. And another class, Year 3, they wrote happiness quotes and messages, and beautifully illustrated, and they stapled them to the front of Metro newspapers. And as we all know, Metro is often full of miserable stories, and the messages said things like, it's called to be kind, or that smile looks good on you, or do more of what makes you happy. And they also had the school email address on it and a little message that said, if this makes you smile, please let us know and pass it on to someone else. And then slowly but surely, we started to get emails to the school email address about it brightening up people's days and putting a smile on people's faces. And they came from people that found the paper on the Central Line, the Northern Line, the District Line. And it was so amazing to be able to show our children that from your small action, started in Brockley, you have literally spread happiness and kindness across the whole of London. And I think that's one of the most valuable things about It's Called to Be Kind Week, that the children get to experience firsthand that they can make a change. They can, through one small action at a time, make the world a happier place. But that's enough from me. I would thoroughly recommend you attend the course. It will inspire you, it might make you happier, but the only way you'll find out is by actually taking part in the course. I'd love for you now to hear from 3 of the children that I taught last year they're going to talk very briefly about what they experienced through some of the happiness ideas I introduced. So please would you welcome on stage from John Stainer School, Nolan, Karan and Lara.
Hi guys. Please stand here. Hi.
Hello, my name is Lara. I'm a Year 5 student from John Stainer School. In my class, we choose and share 3 things that have gone well during each week. Remembering those positive moments makes us realize how happy we are. It makes us smile and sets us up for the weekend. I'm very grateful to be here. That has made me really happy. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Karan. It's called To Be Kind Week. We filled a wall in our playground with kind deeds. We also shared our positive quotes. Well, we also know that happiness spreads very quickly, and that is what we like to do at John Stainer School. Thank you for listening.
Hello, my name is Nolan and I'm a Year 5 student at John Stainer Community School. I use meditation in lots of different contexts, like going to sleep. It's much less boring than counting sheep. I also use it when I'm struggling with a very hard maths lesson, which I often get. And it has really helped my class since they started the mindfulness course. We continue Mr. Bethian's legacy from last year by doing meditation in the mornings, which I think is awesome. Thank you.
And Your Holiness, when my Year 4 class found out that I was getting to meet the Dalai Lama today, they wanted to make you a gift. So they have illustrated their favorite happiness quotes, some of which they made up themselves. You might find one of your own quotes in there. And they would like to present it to you now with the hope that it will make you smile and maybe a little bit happier. And to bring our piece of artwork on stage is the head teacher from John Stainer School, Sue Hart. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll take it. We'll keep it safe for you over there. Thank you.
Please join me in thanking Adrian and Sue and the children from John Stainer Primary. Thank you so much.